welcome back, folks. I didn't mean to cut off the thing last time.
No,
It was a good spot for us to what is happening.
Other than the
there.
D-pad, are there any really ambitious and awesome positive shows out there? That's the question.
Or what would be like
a really,
what would be your idea of a like well-made, ambitious, positive?
Because even if you have one that's like,
look at that cute thing,
an inner city school teacher trying to make a difference, there's still going to be moments where it's like.
I think it would be interesting to go through. Okay, I feel like in shows, like, you know, say somebody's been in an abusive relationship or something like that, they gloss over the actual part where they're just not the best, like where their life is really fucked up, where they're sitting there still being like, wow, I'm still in love with this person even though they did these horrible things to me or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of an interesting, uplifting show to watch somebody actually go through that stuff and come out on, you know, the right end of things.
Yeah, but
that's actually what happens in a lot of these shows we're talking about.
That's still dark.
It's still dark, but I feel like
it ends up positive.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you can't really. I don't know, because otherwise, if it's just all positive,
exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say is that it needs to have some kind of negative,
I think you guys are
like dark
confusing
part
what I
for it to be
mean by
interesting.
dark. Like I'm
confused.
not saying the show can't. I'm not saying that shows can't have negative aspects to it. Like my thing with BoJack Horseman is. There'll be a random episode that's about some silly thing, and then at the end of it, suddenly he's irreparably ruined a relationship with like a family member or someone who's very close to him, and the show just ends on a very quiet shot of him sitting, being depressed, and it's like,
yeah,
that's
and Lindsay
dark.
laughs at those moments.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't know. I think like some of that, like
That
it seems
no,
like that. There's
I
an
see what you mean by
abundance. Oh
that.
shit! I need some kind of light bulb thing. Fuck.
So
I think there's an abundance of that. Possibly too much. I don't know.
in BoJack or in
Just
shows
in
in general?
What is happening here? Oh, am I doing like a? I don't know what all of this is supposed to do.
Hit the
BoJack
crescent
definitely
one
does
again?
it, but what's that?
Hit the crescent one again. Nope.
These are just symbols for stuff. I think it might just be like a lead into something, but I think I need a light bulb. I don't know what makes a light bulb. It's electric
I
and
like
something.
this music here. Oh,
It's kooky.
Oh. Ah, ooh.
it is kooky. I like kooky. I like cookies.
I like cookies.
I like cookies. I like turtles. No. Oh, hey. Oh. Damn it.
Oh,
They finally curbed that in this
You're
game.
Yep.
No pun intended. They curbed it.
ah.
Well, yeah, because they did in Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. I was like, oh, please don't let me just die for trying to experiment here. And then down here, and then down here. Oh, 1-up. Hey, nice.
Oh, 1-up.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not saying I'm definitely not saying that there's no place for that stuff. I just feel like the most popular stuff is stuff that winds up being deeply disturbing or depressing.
I agree with you, but I mean, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, like they're all doing it too. Like it's maybe
Jessica
that's
Jones,
where,
yes. The other two,
It's
no.
just the way
Not
of
even-
the world.
Isn't
right
Daredevil like
now.
one of the most violent shows ever?
Violence. That's the thing. Violence and like psychological trauma are two very different beasts.
They can be. They can also be very related for some people.
It's also like it's no more violent than most of the movies we've had for the last 30 years. Like it's more violent than stuff we're used to on TV.
I guess what I'm getting at is there's no show with a fandom that has the fervor of something like Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah.
That's in no way negative, you know? Whether you want to say dark or you want to say something else, like
But again,
just trying to
dark
think
and
of something good.
By dark, I don't mean violence.
that's fine. I understand, but
Yeah, violence is everywhere.
Yeah, physical violence in fiction is
so
something
other
that's-
than the violence, Daredevil is just like a joyful romp.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Joyful
certainly
romp.
not nearly as emotionally fucked up as. I mean, Jessica Jones is definitely an exception. Jessica Jones is extremely psychologically fucked up.
Yeah, and I'm only going on what you told me because I haven't actually watched those shows yet.
It's a very good show. It's actually the best of the ones they've done so far.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I think if I were going
to
watch
put
it
it
would be that
bluntly,
one.
there
You
are
missed one!
rather severe like rape overtones to the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know what I? Oh fuck! Damn it! I'm gonna try that again.
Try again.
I think I need the bomb. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Also, can I?
Bomb plus electric equals light
That's what I'm
bulb,
thinking.
maybe?
Yeah, but I don't know where I can get electric. I think I can blow these things up with that too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually going to.
What other shows are people into right now? Like Gilmore Girls is a great example of a relatively high-profile new project that
I heard it sucked.
didn't have
I
the
was just gonna
same.
say, is it good
I
though?
mean, it was a new
Right.
project in 2000.
No, but like the reboot, like it didn't have the same.
It's not really a reboot. It's a 4-part miniseries that they're doing.
You're right, reboot was the wrong word, but revisitation. That's the only thing I can think of right now that like is a more traditional TV thing that's just like come out that people have been talking about.
Yeah, I mean, besides like that and comedies, like of which they still make.
I mean, I'm trying to think of an example of something else that's popular that's not really in that ballpark, but like I don't know. I'm not saying that stuff has to be like
No, I'm just curious.
wholesome and lighthearted by any stretch.
Nothing I'm saying is conflicting with you, Rick. We occasionally get in these cycles where one of us thinks the other one is arguing and we're not. Like, I agree with you. There's a lot of that dark stuff going on right now, but I'm trying to think of an example of something that wouldn't be. You know.
Well, we just.
That's okay. I can take this with me to the stage.
I just saw Moana.
Yeah.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah?
Like it had some conflict in it, but it wasn't negative by any means. It was a very
That's
Oh.
cool.
movie.
Was Wayne the Rock Johnson amazing in it?
Yes, he was.
Awesome.
I want to kiss him.
Okay, great.
He's got a beautiful head.
He does. I want to touch his head with my lips.
He's also ageless and perfect.
But it doesn't have to be good film or TV. I mean, it doesn't have to be like dark to be good film or TV, but there does have to be conflict. Otherwise,
Right.
it's boring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's like story.
I don't want to say
101.
the more conflict, the better, but I mean I think that's why.
Appropriate conflict.
Yeah, I just think that's where those shows.
I
and
think part of it is
movies,
also the stark contrast that get like the fact that BoJack has like silly joke, silly joke, silly joke, silly joke.
Well,
Shit! Here's like
Right.
someone who's been molested, and that's like a main plot point. Suddenly,
And
it's like whoa.
Not
oh,
only is
whoa.
that, I mean, that's bad enough in and of itself, but it makes it that much worse when the whole show is kind of like silly, like campy, not campy, but just like silly puns and everything, and then it's like, oh shit.
It's like animal puns, animal puns.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. That's kind of why it's
cancer,
hard.
like-
For me to, that's kind of why it's hard for me to get into BoJack, because it's like I'm in it for the humor. I really don't. I'm not. I like a good plot. I like a good character progression. I don't like feeling sad at the end of every other episode of a TV show. Like that's just.
I mean,
too
I
much.
just feel sad all the time anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Oh my God! Have any of you watched The Fall?
I mean,
fall-
I
No,
looked
but I've
outside the
seen
window.
The winter. Ha ha! I'm sorry.
We got there faster.
Oh my God! Anyway, that's
Water, sun, fish.
Water, sunfish.
That's something that's pretty damn messed up.
Wow. Okay.
So now, do you have to like pound them?
I like.
Oh, you hit down while you're on them.
I like that
that's-
you're a light bulb.
Frustrating.
Was that the fish?
Yay!
Yeah.
That looks like a little
Neat.
thing of corn.
Water,
it was a
sun,
rocket.
corn. Water plus sun makes corn.
Sunkern. So
There are no other ingredients to corn.
No.
Water and sun.
and baby corn.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I think that's just my thing. Is like TV has lately been sort of exhausting to me because of that. Like there are days I just want to sit and watch something that's like. That's part of the reason why I've been able to get into stuff like Arrow. Honestly,
Bless you.
The
Like
Flash
what?
not so much because it's a little too campy, but like Arrow, I can sit and it's like a decent. It's bad writing, but it's
I was gonna say I watched a couple episodes of Arrow and like it was laughable.
yeah.
I've
Not,
heard it's gotten a lot better, but in the beginning it is rough.
Bless you. Yeah, no. In the beginning, it's kind of like rough, but like I don't know. It's something that's like it's not
And I'm an
lighthearted.
idiot. I don't say that often.
It's not. It's not. It's certainly not lighthearted, but it's like very rarely is it like, oh shit, wow, I feel sad now for having watched TV. Like when I'm watching TV, when I'm making time out of my day to like sit and watch a TV show, I'm doing it because I feel like shit already, and I really want something to kind of like make it like to entertain me and make me feel like, oh, all right, cool, that was neat.
You know,
I
this
like
goes back to what we were
watching-
talking about the other night. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Lindsay.
Oh, no,
That was why I liked Heroes a lot, actually.
I forget what we were talking about, but we were talking about how like Ben and I always make jokes about how sad we are, and you don't. Like maybe you just don't
Yeah, maybe you're just not a sad
relate
person.
to it. You
I
know what I
mean-
mean? Like maybe we relate to it in a way that you
Oh.
don't.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
I am sad.
Yeah. And I've been sad. I tend to be. I'd like to think that I have a high emotional dynamic range, which probably just means I'm bipolar. But I'm gonna word it my way.
damn it.
Hey, frequently therapists wonder if I'm bipolar.
Great. I mean, you're already
I got my
miles
ass
ahead.
kicked here.
I want a therapist, but don't have one, so I settle for Lindsay.
Oh, what now?
Lindsay, help.
Crazy people make the best therapists.
Lindsay, you can be my Todd. You want to
Okay.
live on my couch?
No, not even a little bit.
It's a great couch now.
It is actually a really good couch. Yeah, that's true.
But you have to deal with us all the time.
I mean,
Yeah,
That's
sort
probably
of
not
a
the part
problem.
you'd be bummed about.
no.
No, it is.
It gets it gets me a bum pretty quick. No, I'm just kidding.
Excuse
That was a
me.
funny burp.
This is like the worst power for me to have for this
yeah,
battle.
this power is totally useless.
But you're so cute when you're like,
Oh boy.
This is basically fighting Polygon.
Fighting
stage.
Polygon
Oh, no.
beams.
These guys were showed up in Planet Robobot. Watch go. Oh, there
Robobot.
it is. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time while we're doing this. Sorry, we still got enough
Robobot.
time for this.
You're a bro.
Robobot. I'll be your bro.
A Cobra Bot? Is that what you?
No, just a brobot.
Oh, no, it's not like it's a Cobra Bot. Hey, look, the floor is painted too. Red, blue, green.
I'm gonna
Ow.
die.
How about that?
I'm
How do
gonna
you hit
die.
him?
A death.
Can I go under him? I can. Neat.
I think there's a little kick slide.
Wah. Wah.
Schmeh.
Fwah. Fwah. Schmur. Blur.
Can you do any damage to him right now?
Yeah, probably not. I think Adeleine's the only one that you can actually hurt with that. You might be able to
Look
kill
at how
enemies
funny
and
you
stuff with it. Ow. I got stabbed in the head.
Just slap.
Bop, 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 bop,
I
bop.
love him.
Have any of you guys seen the Jim Carrey live-action Grinch movie?
Yes.
Is it any
Live
good?
action what
Yeah,
movie?
it's all right.
Yeah, it's
Liar.
all right. You gotta know.
I've
Live
never
action.
seen it.
Live action what?
Grinch.
Live-action Jim Carrey Grinch.
Oh,
It's okay.
I've heard it's
It is
the best
by
of the
far-
live-action
Yeah,
Dr.
it is
Seuss
easily
movies.
the best live-action Dr. Seuss movie.
That is correct.
What
But
other
just
live-action
on its
Dr.
own,
Seuss
it's
movies
okay.
are there?
I'd rather watch.
Cat in the Hats.
I'll admit, I think I'd rather watch that than watch the actual original animated movie again.
Nah.
It's another one of those movies that I've seen 1,000 times, so I'm just kind of sick of it.
Oh, okay. I didn't actually watch that much when I was a kid.
Oh man, we had that a lot. My mom in particular was a big fan of the Grinch.
La Grinch.
La
Oh yeah, if you're in
La
that.
Grinch. Je suis la Grinch.
Did you know that's where they get the word gringo from?
I don't think that's what
Pretty sure. Reasonably sure. I read that somewhere.
In a book.
In a book.
My only story is that one time I met out with a Mexican girl and she called me a gringo and I thought it was awesome.
That's
Wow.
your only story.
That's kind of my only story, yeah. I feel like I've told it before on the mic, that's why.
Wouldn't that just be like making out with a Japanese girl and she calls you, was it,
Gaijin.
Gaijin?
Filthy gaijin,
yeah,
go
probably.
home.
That hasn't happened to me yet.
Alright.
Yet, he says optimistically.
Oh, that's the game. Okay.
I know.
was
I
like,
thought
why
that
does
was
it
a
keep buzzing?
really loud phone.
Yeah, me too. I keep looking down. I'm like, my phone's on the table. That's not. Jesus Christ.
Your package came in.
Oh God, we're in the
Yeah,
desert again. It's
I got a
fucking
package
God's
for
been
you.
watching shit. Oh God, Kirby's dead.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh my God, you guys, Kirby's dying.
I love it.
Oh, he's so cute. Oh, I love him.
Just leave him.
Yeah, it's funny, but if he wanted to, he could eat all of them.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a good thing he's weak. Right.
Yes, I'm eating all of them.
Oh,
nom,
he's
nom,
so cute.
nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
Fucking Dedede.
Rubber
I
meat.
love
Sandwiches. Apple. Is
He's
she
a-
making?
Wow.
Whoa.
A real apple
She's
and
a
3 paint
fucking
strokes.
wizard.
him. You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah.
I'm
If
a
she
what?
wasn't such an idiot, she'd be all powerful.
Oh, the crying planet.
Damn it, little girl, can't you just draw like a gun and then shoot the
Yeah.
enemies? Like, pew, you're dead.
Oh, he dropped his cake.
Oh, whatever.
You monster. All right, come back next time. We're gonna do Aquastar.
Wow, it's surrounded in water. How can you survive on that planet? That's insane.